The biggest lie we've been sold is that you need a trust fund or a six-figure salary to move abroad. Today I'm going to show you how you could legally move abroad making less than what you pay for rent in a major city right now. Governments around the world are trying to attract everyday people, creating highly accessible visa programs with incredibly low financial barriers. The biggest myth about moving to another country is that you need to buy a $500,000 villa to get a golden visa. The reality is very different. Countries have realized that remote workers, freelancers, and people with modest passive incomes are incredibly valuable to their local economies. They buy groceries, rent apartments, and eat at local restaurants without taking local jobs. Because of this, dozens of countries have slashed their minimum income requirements, making legal, long-term residency cheaper than a studio apartment in any major Western city. Here, we're going to walk you through the absolute cheapest visas available right now, detailing exactly how much you need to earn, what hidden fees there are, and how you can pack your bags faster than you ever thought possible. If your primary goal is finding a visa that requires the absolute lowest monthly income, you need to look directly at South America and specifically Uruguay. Uruguay is consistently ranked one of the safest and most politically stable countries in Latin America. It offers a digital nomad visa that is essentially an open door for budget-conscious travelers. The cost to apply is less than $50, and even more incredibly, the Uruguay government does not strictly set a minimum monthly income threshold for this program. Instead of forcing you to prove that you make thousands of dollars each month, they simply require you to sign a sworn declaration stating that you have the financial means to support yourself, though many travel experts recommend showing bank statements with around $1,500 a month just to ensure smooth approval. The visa grants you a 6-month stay that you could easily renew for an additional 6 months. What makes Uruguay so special is that it does not tax you on your worldwide income, and it provides an incredibly straightforward path to transition from this temporary permit into full permanent residency if you decide you never want to leave. Just a bit further north, Colombia offers another incredibly affordable option that has become a massive hotspot for expats. The Colombian Digital Nomad Visa is designed specifically for remote workers, freelancers, and digital entrepreneurs. The financial requirements for the visa are tied to the local economy, and the Colombian government requires that you prove an income of just 3 times the legal minimum wage. This translates to around $1,400 a month. You simply need to provide a bank statement that shows for the last 3 months you have consistently hit this very reasonable requirement. The government fees for this visa are also very accessible, split into a non-refundable fee of about $50 and, if approved, an insurance fee of around $180. The visa grants you the legal right to live in Colombia for up to 2 years, and while it doesn't lead directly to citizenship, it provides a highly affordable base in cities like Medellin or Bogota, where your $1,400 income will stretch incredibly far when paying for rent, food, and high-speed internet. But perhaps you have your heart set on Europe. You might think the European continent is completely walled off for anyone without a massive salary. However, there's a great opportunity right now in the Balkans. Albania offers what is known as a unique permit, a residency option that functions beautifully for digital nomads and remote workers. Albania is geographically situated right next to Greece and Italy, offering stunning Mediterranean coastlines and rich history and culture. Its visa requirements are exceptionally lenient. The baseline requirement is just under $500 per month. Immigration officials simply want to see proof of funds that demonstrate you can survive in the country where the cost of living is already a fraction of what it is in the West. Many applicants have successfully secured this permit by showing incomes of just $500 to $800 a month. The application fee is only $110, and it grants you a 1-year stay that is renewable. Best of all, if you stay in Albania and continuously renew your permit, you could eventually apply for permanent residency, giving you a quiet, highly affordable backdoor into long-term European settlement. If you want to bypass the Balkans and go straight into the heart of Europe, Portugal remains one of the best options for affordable permanent relocation, provided that your income is passive. While Portugal's digital nomad visa requires you to earn over €3,600 a month, their D7 visa is designed for people with a passive income, and it is astonishingly cheap. If you receive a pension, social security, dividends, or rental yields, you only need to prove an income equal to the Portuguese minimum wage. For 2026, that number sits at just €920, or roughly $1,085 per month. You do have to show savings equivalent to 12 months of that income, which is about 11 to 12,000 euros sitting in a Portuguese bank account, but once you clear that hurdle, you're essentially handed the keys to Western Europe. The D7 visa leads directly to permanent residency and Portuguese citizenship after 5 years of legal residence, making it the most powerful, low-income migration vehicle in the world. What if you don't have steady, predictable monthly income, but you have managed to save up a decent emergency fund? Thailand recently wiped out the biggest hurdle for remote workers with its Destination Thailand Visa, or DTV. Instead of demanding proof of a recurring monthly salary, the DTV simply asks you to show a bank balance of 500,000 baht, which is roughly 16,000 US dollars. The standard visa application fee is around $400, and in exchange you could receive a 5-year multiple entry visa. You could stay in Thailand for up to 180 days at a time and even extend that for another 180 days without leaving the country. It removes the stress of monthly income verification, allowing you to live in a tropical paradise on your savings alone. The reality is that barriers to international relocation have never been lower. You do not need to be a millionaire, you do not need to own a foreign company, and you do not need to possess a highly specialized degree. Whether you choose the cheap application fee of Uruguay, the minimum wage thresholds of Colombia or Portugal, or the massive flexibility of Thailand and Albania, the blueprint for a cheaper, more exciting life is already written. All you have to do is choose your destination, gather your paperwork, and take the leap.